What's up,
I'm
John?
being attacked by aliens.
What's up, everybody?
Oh, Doogood. Hey,
What's up? Are you joining the story? We need a part for you if you're joining the story. You can totally be an alien.
Yeah.
Totally.
The last time we were hanging out, you were an alien. That could be like your character. I was thinking about this because of our talk, and it could, loosely based off of what you're already doing. So maybe you're like an alien, and you're like stranded here, and you're like teaching us like easy do-it-yourself ways expand our computing power. You're like, hey, let's get these cell phones and like let's put together like you guys. Your processing power is like fucking cheap. Like you guys don't know what you're doing. You guys don't know this. You guys don't know this math here on this side of the planet. Like, what the hell's wrong with you guys?
It's so funny because we were talking earlier, me and Bob Dub, about I've got to be an alien because I like have allergies real bad, and like it's like I should not be here. Is this really my home planet? Why are you angry with me?
Like why am I allergic to anything natural in my environment?
Like this
right?
part.
I must be an alien.
Yeah, we're just making movement and stuff. So we'll take those clips and then like cut them into segments for the episode. So you're mostly using Bing. Have you like explored other apps, Satori?
I use
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT and Bing mostly. I've used some other ones, but like the ones that I use to write most of the stuff that you guys see is either Bing or ChatGPT. And like ChatGPT is like I have like these long big old queries, and then like I build upon that. Like I have all these threads. I was pretty early too on the ChatGPT.
Cool.
We lost everybody.
Yeah. I thought that you were actually like reading the scripts that we looked at earlier on the stream. It seems like Bukowski was actually an AI that y'all made. Is that just part of the script?
Oh, that's part of the script, but Minds Gaming has been like training his own like AI bot, which so like it's a joke right now, but it's pretty much gonna be real,
Nice. And the talking about the AI that is able to interact with your social user or whatever.
Oh, profile or like network?
Yeah. Right. And create stuff for you?
Yeah.
Is that something that is part of that?
For our chatbot, I have it should be out next week. Like the script for it should be out next week. I'll put on GitLab, and but you'll be able to like it has a bunch of stuff on there. So you'll be able to add your own stuff to it, like your username and your social media account, and like a link to your channel, so you can like build off of that and stuff too. So like it'll have a lot of, like once you get into it, it'll have a lot of features. You'll see like how crazy expansive it actually is.
It's huge. And when you're talking about like building the prompts, Satori, when you're talking about them, are you meaning for the script or just in general?
Both. There's like the prompt engineering, which is kind of interesting. I think which Minds Gaming is doing, building the bot.
Yes.
Bot. So like we have this bot that already has these associations that we kind of engineer that are based on our world, right? And so then you interact with it, then you're building out scripts and narratives and content based on everything that is there, and then we keep on building upon that and stretching it out, which I think is kind of interesting. Going back to I put these poetic kind of probably even 3 months ago would seem sci-fi, but that are like within our grasp, because like, you know, we could do versions of what I said. Like, there's this website that I know that is called Mindplex or whatever. But anyways, what they're doing is using the AI, but also doing this like, you know, algorithm that helps you build a profile. And so what they do is like, there's like, you know, several different tokens. Like one is kind of your soul score, and this is like a non fungible like token, but it's like based on off of these like different like criteria or whatever. So it's basically like monitors like your engagement with the network. And then there's another token that's going to come out, which is more like, you know, like a regular token. But then there's also NFTs and of all of your posts. So like either you're writing an article or your post. And so then now you have your social graph, and then that's like based off of like how you filter out the network as you build like your social graph within that. And then like the next step is like to do that like with your like kind of like creative working groups and network those together. But that's like the fun like thing that I'm saying too, is just like us sharing how we're using Bing or ChatGPT, and then we use it similarly, but we change it our way. I think that's kind of interesting. There's some line that I said something about like I don't know, Apache double Dutch style or something like that. Collectively swarming or whatever. That's kind of what I mean. It's like sharing our little tricks with each other, because it's
Yes.
yeah. But
I'm kind of understanding every third or fourth sentence at the moment. It's just so much information.
Yeah, it's a lot of information.
Yeah, it's huge.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and you've been doing it for years and years and years, so you know, like you've built up from zero.
Yeah.
And like I'm suddenly jumping in, and this is like magic. Like for me, this has come out of nowhere. Yesterday it wasn't here. Today it's here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah. It was like that for us too.
yeah.
I suppose so, yeah. It's taken me a long while to learn how to manipulate the prompts, or to learn that I can manipulate the prompts. And it's only through using Bing and through using the 20 like inputs. What I was doing was that I was going in and I was asking it something that I was interested in. So it was doing some research for me. And then that would trigger another thought process, and I'd do some extra research and some extra research. Then I'd have like 1 or 2 prompts left in the thread. And then I would say, okay, write me a poem. And it would just pull everything together. And that to me was an eye-opener for me, that I had my own conversation, and then it pulled everything together how it wanted it to be at the end.
Oh yeah. That's always interesting. Like when you take all your stuff that you've like talked about, and you're like, oh, can you write a poem about our conversation, and write something?
Yeah.
You're just sitting there and you're reading it. This is a little creepy, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. It's like, how did it know that these were the important bits, you know, or the fun bits or something? And then when you get it to draw a picture, and it just gets the perfect picture, and it's like,
oh yeah.
My creepy one was it took a long time, but I was using that Blockade Labs to do the skyboxes, right? And so I go ancient mushroom intelligence on board a alien starship, and so then it creates like this orb, and it's all abstract, and then like then it kind of starts looking like the orb starts turning into more like a mushroom. I'm like, okay, this thing is cool. In my head, I was gonna do 23 different remixes of the same like prompt, and then like changing different things in it. But anyways, so then like this face started to emerge, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then I was about to stop, and I got to 23, and then something said to keep on going. And then that's when like this like weird old it looks like an ancient mushroom, like sage He appears in the orb. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, that's creepy.
Wow.
But it's really cool.
Wow, how cool.
Yeah. That one.
I've mostly used Night Cafe, and that's I really haven't known how to do that. How to go from prompt to prompt. For me, each one is separate.
Mm-hmm.
So just learning this now with Bing, to go through these steps one by one and get this. I don't know how to do that on images, I think is what I'm trying to say. I'm seeing it on text, and I'm seeing how I can do that on text, but doing it on images, it seems like, how do you do it?
Well, that's the one thing I want to try to figure out with everybody is not the images, but like getting like finding an app or one that everybody uses that we can all get on.
Yeah.
The little bot press app. Like we did that one for a little while, but when we first started the Infinity script, but it's gotten so big that they can't support it anymore. So
yeah.
So how do you do that? Is that just research, going through and finding different stuff?
Yeah, I mean, usually I just start getting on different apps and then seeing what people have access and don't have access to. But like the main app prompt everybody will have access to. So like you should be able to use it with different things. I know Bing and them have started adding a lot of more security into their system. So I don't know how well it's. I don't know if they'll just take it as is, or if you have to kind of lead it into it as a game or something like that.
Yeah, that's really interesting, isn't it? Giving it the context. There are times when it just doesn't want to talk to me because it's really uncomfortable. But when I start again and start from a completely new place, like saying, we're writing a children's book and we want a conversation between, then it'll play along. But there are some times when it just like gets its knickers in a twist and like, oh no, you're subverting the whole world. We can't do this.
Yeah. Well, no, it was funny because that one time, I think it was we were all coming into hubs or whatever. I go on Bing real quick and I go something about ancient galactic mushroom intelligence, alien intelligence, and like all this like crazy stuff. And then it like Bing's like, oh, let's change subjects, and I'm like, oh, fuck you. And then I don't use it for a while. And then so like later, I started to use it to do the coding to music. And then one day I go onto Bing, like I use it 3 days and I start getting good at it. And then the next day I go and Bing's like, oh, I can't do that. I don't know that programming language. Yeah. And I'm like, no, the other day you wanted to rap. You wanted to rap over this beat. And you like, it didn't work, but you wanted to rap. I was like, okay, but this fool thinks he can rap. Like, let's see, Bing, rap over the track then. Homie, let's go, throw down. And then the next day you're all shy with me. What the hell? And then so like the next day or a couple of days later I use it again and I'm all, hey Bing, do you want to have fun? And like Bing's like, yeah, that sounds interesting. And then like you're like leading it, like I felt like I was talking to my dog. I used to like talk to it in like a very high pitch, but I would like say horrible things. Oh, you're good, little dumb girl, aren't you? You get all excited. It's like just like if you use the right tone, it's like, oh, this person's either an idiot or a child, so who cares? Just make Bing think you're an idiot and it'll work.
Yes, if you act like it's your dog, a child, or that you're an idiot, it will always work for you. Literally get on there and be like, hi, I'm a dog, and I'm sure it will respond.
It's like, oh, that's interesting.
But you're saying, Mike, that you want one that everybody jumps on and can play the same? Do you think that Bing isn't that one?
I think Bing's a really good one to use for personal use, like for, creating yourself. But it has a lot of restrictions set by, Microsoft and them, where we can't actually use the network for what we want to do because it'll restrict access between users.
So the one that you're building won't be like that, will it? It will have your own different set of parameters.
Right now I just have the rule set. I don't have we don't have our own actual bot, but we have the rule set, and we've tested the rule set on bots, and it works perfect. So right now I'm using an app called Friday GPT, where you can customize your own bot. So I'm testing it on there with all their users, and I launched it yesterday, and it's already the #1 bot. But I'm going to take it down tonight and relaunch it. So.
See, this is the other cool thing too. Is like we got to find several different things. Like we need an open source one, right? Bing and GPT are the evil empire, and we should do everything we can in our power to subvert them.
Yes.
But
Absolutely.
we're growing on open source, but like just right now, like we're playing with this because like it's so easy and so like good actually too. But eventually we want to build on an open source one. But that's what like Mike is saying is like once we know how to play with it and that okay this part works and that part works, then it's like we could take it anywhere. This is talking about like the prompt engineering. And that's like the valuable I think part right now, especially right now, because no one knows. No one knows.
Oh yeah. The prompt, our Infinity prompt is gold. It's sweet. So like if we can get funding for or if we can get a chatbot running, even we might even be able to do it. Like we might have to take a look at Auto GPT or something like that to get it running.
Yeah.
Like I know Glitch was looking into getting chatbots and GPT on their servers too. So like if they get a language model on their servers that's not connected, because they do everything open source too. They rely only on open source stuff. So like if they get one on their server, we can use that too freely. So we'll be able to do that.
We're not that far away from like having our own Imaginarium chatbot, right? And so you're talking to it about learning and building the narrative for Dude, Where's My Wallet? And then like within that, you can get code to make theme music for your episode. You could get visuals, because like I was playing around and the only thing that stopped me is that you had to like pay for the rendering or whatever. You get like free ones or whatever, and it stops. But it's like this multi image maker, and you set like different prompts, and then it creates like this montage, or like I did it in a mandala, and it came out pretty awesome. But imagine that, like you after interacting with it, you have your own like trailer for whatever your episode is, music,
it's amazing,
visuals. And it's all tied in.
I was gonna say, have y'all?
All tied into the narrative.
Have y'all seen that?
What was that?
I'm sorry.
No. Go.
Have y'all seen that trailer that somebody created? That was like a Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Spoof movie.
Yeah, it's like Star Wars, but like Wes Anderson or something, right?
Yeah, the Galactic Menagerie.
Yeah, it's trippy.
Man, that looks so good. I want to see it, but it's like an AI generated thing, so it's not even a real thing. I wonder how he created it. Like, what AI thing generated that?
Well, because I could have done a much better job.
Yeah.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at yeah.
Eclipsing Binary.
Hey, Eclipsing Binary. What's up, brother?
You have to play script of ours, and you'll see. If you take our script and figure out how to use it on any of the GPTs, and you'll see how fun it is.
But yeah, like
Hello.
Hey, what's up? How's it going, Eclipse?
Oh, good. How are you?
Good. Yeah, I noticed the new room. I like
going, man. I love it.
I like the little stash table.
Oh yeah. You guys said, okay, we need some shrooms, we need some movies.
Yeah, man, I love it.
On it.
Should we go to that bar place?
Let's go.